Francine,
Hey,
how are
glad to
you?
be able to finally see you. I've tried to interview for years. Um, this new series, 6 Degrees. What you have so many great series that have deal with reality. Did you come up with this, or did they bring it to you to originally?
Neither. I actually stole it from a terrific guy named James Burke, who hosted a show called Connections back in the late 70s, early 80s. And he took a more serious look at describing the surprising ways we were connected through technology and invention. He was this English guy who wore a white leisure suit and like stomped around the countryside explaining why it was the tracks left by the early chariots are of the exact same dimension as the tracks on the moon left by the lunar lander. How could it be possible, right? So I love the way he approached that kind of storytelling. And so in 6 Degrees, each episode starts with a truly stupid question, like a ridiculous idea, like a sheep can do your taxes, how a volcano redeemed Eminem's career, how a mousetrap can cure your hangover. And for an hour, I get to explain how such a thing is possible by using any production device I want. So sometimes it's puppets, sometimes it's animation, sometimes it's archival footage, sometimes it's recreations, sometimes it's my old buddy Chuck assuming the identity of another historical figure. It could be anything.
I love the one where you start with the Civil War and the meat, and it just spirals into where we are today. It's amazing how these things like domino effect to from way back with historical facts and bring them to how they affect us today.
Well, this is the thing about history, and it's the thing about facts. Well, we all now have access to all of the facts we've ever known, thanks to this thing, right? We've got 99% of the information in the world at our fingertips. The trick is to figure out a new way to juxtapose those facts and the events of the past to get us to a surprising point. And you'll learn some things along the way about topics you probably didn't know you cared about. And that's what I wanted to do. You know, my dad taught history for 30 years, and he told me many times, look, it's not about what happened. It's about making people give a damn about what happened. So you have to make it relevant in some way or entertaining. We're trying to do both.
It is entertaining because it's not preachy. It's how you evolve everything from one to another. And you are in there talking to the viewers, like breaking the fourth wall. Is that fun to do, or instead of just reading from a script and doing, I knew you do a lot of voiceovers and stuff. Do you just like moving around and talking to the viewers?
Well, look, yes, but I don't break the fourth wall. I know that's the expression.
Yeah.
I try to ignore the fourth wall. It's like there is no wall. So I've done a fair amount of stuff in the scripted world. And in the scripted world, there is a wall. You start with a script and everything is an illusion. But if you're really going to work in a genre called nonfiction or reality, then I don't think you should get a second take. And so it doesn't matter what show I'm on, whether it's Dirty Jobs or Returning the Favor, somebody's got to do it, 6 Degrees. There's always a truth cam, just a behind the scenes camera that documents the making of the project. And I always use some of that footage through the hour to remind the viewer that they are there with us. Because the thing Dirty Jobs and 6 Degrees have in common, and at a glance, you would say these don't have anything in common, but actually the thing they really share is we're trying to bring you into the business of making the show with us. So that's a long way to answer your question. I guess I could have just said yes. It's important to bring the viewer along, no matter what you're doing.
It's fun because whatever you do, we feel like as viewers, you are our friend. And personally, I'd love to have you as my friend. because you're just so down to earth.
Done.
And the way you have presented all your shows. Now, let me ask you, you mentioned the British guy in the white leisure suit. Are jeans and a t-shirt basically your attire of your life now?
Honestly, you know what? It's been since 2003, and people have seen me more or less like that: t-shirt, ball cap. So for 6 Degrees, I thought, you know what? I'm gonna be the dirty jobs guy, just so people know me, and that's the only thing I wear in all 6 episodes. I travel through time on a budget, right? And I never change my clothes. So yes, that will probably reinforce that perception. But the thing you pointed out that's interesting to me, and the luckiest thing that ever happened to me, is that I had a show that was successful, but it wasn't as a result of a character I played. I'm not George Costanza. Poor Jason Alexander is recognized for the rest of his life as George Costanza. That would drive me crazy, to be recognized only as a character. I got very lucky, because if you like me, because you think you know me, then the truth is you do know me. I didn't play a character. For better or worse, this is me. Doesn't matter what the show's called.
Well, you have tons of fans, and we will look forward to 6 Degrees with Mike Rowe on Discovery Plus, a streaming channel. And I thank you very much for sharing your time with us.
I hope we can do this in person next time, Francine.
I do
over
too.
a civilized cup of coffee or an adult beverage or something.
We'll do it. Talk to your publicist and we'll do it. Thank you.
I got to get a publicist. That's what I got to do.
Oh, darn it. Yes. Okay. Take care.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.